Hello everyone, welcome back. I am Dr. Geraldina Fernandez, Assistant Professor, Department of Science from the Bhopal School of Social Sciences. Students, in the previous session, we have studied the chain rule of differentiation and the differentiation of implicit functions. Now, in this session, I will describe the derivative of second order and maxima and minima of functions of one variable. So, without any further ado, let us get started. So, the very first topic of today's session is derivative of second order. By derivative of second order, we simply mean the derivative of first order derivative. Suppose y is equal to f of x be a function of x, then the derivative of y with respect to x is derivative of y with respect to x is dy by dx, and that is equal to f dash x. Now, this dy by dx is known as the first order derivative. This is the first order derivative. If dy by dx is differentiable, then we can again differentiate it with respect to x, and if we again differentiate it with respect to x, this would become d by dx of dy by dx, and that is equal to d2y by dx square. Now, this is the second order derivative. Similarly, if d2y by dx square is differentiable, then we can again differentiate it with respect to x. So, this time that would become d by dx of d2y by dx square, which is d cube y upon dx cube. Now, this is the third order derivative. So, this is the third order derivative. Now, by this way we can solve the higher order derivatives. Now, we will be talking about the notations of derivatives. So, suppose y is equal to f of x be a function of x, then the first order derivative can be denoted by dy by dx or f dash x or y1 or y dash or dy. So, these are the notations by which you can denote the first order derivative. So, this is the first order derivative. Now, the second order derivative can be denoted by d2y by dx square, f double dash x or y2 or y double dash or d square y. So, these are the notations that we generally use for the second order derivative. So, this notation is used for the first order derivative, and these notations are used for the second order derivative. So, we are basically focusing on second order derivative. So, let us solve some questions related to second order derivatives. Now, we are going to talk about the notations that are used to represent derivatives. Suppose y is equals to f of x be a function of x, then the first order derivative can be denoted by dy by dx, f dash x, y1 or y dash or dy. So, these are the notations that we use to represent the first order derivative. Similarly, the second order derivatives are represented by d2y by dx square or f double dash x or y2 or y double dash or d2y. So, these are the notations that we generally use for the second order derivative. So, let us solve some questions related to second order derivatives. So, the first question is, if y is equal to x log x, then find d2y by dx square. That means you have to find the second order derivative. So, for that the solution is given y is equal to x log x, then differentiating both sides with respect to x, we get dy by dx is equal to d by dx of x into log x. Now, you can clearly see that here we are having product of two functions x and log x. So, we will have to apply the product rule of differentiation. So, for that we can take x as the first function and log x as the second function. So, by the law, that is, first function is kept as it is into differentiation of the second function. So, differentiation of log x will give you 1 upon x plus the second function is kept as it is and we differentiate with respect to x. So, differentiation of x with respect to x will give you 1. So, cancelling x we get dy by dx is equal to 1 plus log x. So, this is the value of the first order derivative. Now, we have to find the second order derivative. So, for that we will again differentiate both sides with respect to x. So, this becomes d2y by dx square is equal to d by dx of 1 plus log x. That means, we are differentiating dy by dx one more time. So, that becomes d2y by dx square is equal to d by dx of 1 plus log x. Now, here we will apply the rule of differentiation of sum of functions. So, the derivative of the sum of two functions is equal to the sum of the derivatives of the function. So, here it becomes d by dx of 1 plus d by dx of log x. Now, as we all know that the derivative of a constant is always 0. So, d by dx of 1 is 0 and the derivative of log x is 1 by x. So, the second order derivative d2y by dx square is equal to 1 by x. So, this is the final value of the second order derivative when the initial function was y is equals to x log x. So, the first question is, if y is equal to x log x, then find d2y by dx square. That means, we have to find the second order derivative. So, for that we will begin the solution given y is equal to x log x, then differentiating both sides with respect to x, we get dy by dx is equal to d by dx of x log x. Now, here you can clearly see that we have product of two functions. First is the algebraic function and the second one is the logarithmic function. So, according to the product rule of differentiation, we have to select one as the first function and the other one as the second function. So, here x is the first function and log x is the second function. So, by the product rule, first function is kept as it is, differentiation of second. So, here the second function is log x. So, differentiation of log x is 1 by x plus the second function is kept as it is and we differentiate the first function with respect to x. So, the first function is x and when you differentiate x with respect to x, we will get 1. So, the value of dy by dx is 1 plus log x. Now, again differentiating with respect to x on both the sides, we will get d2y by dx square is equal to d by dx of 1 plus log x. Now, here we will apply the rule of differentiation of sum of two functions. So, the derivative of the sum of two functions is equal to the sum of the derivatives of the two functions. So, that becomes d by dx of 1 plus d by dx of log x. Now, as we all know, the derivative of a constant is 0. So, d upon dx of 1 will become 0 and the derivative of log x is 1 by x. So, the final value of d2y by dx square is 1 upon x when the function was x log x. So, the second question is, if x square plus 2xy plus y square is equal to 10, then find d2y by dx square. So, the solution is given x square plus 2xy plus y square is equal to 10, then we differentiate both sides with respect to x. We get d by dx of x square plus 2xy plus y square is equal to d by dx of 10. Now, here on the left hand side, we will apply the rule, that is the derivative of sum of functions. So, the derivative of sum of function is equal to the sum of the derivative of the functions. So, that becomes d by dx of the first function, that is x square, plus d by dx of the second function, that is 2xy, plus d by dx of y square is equal to. Now, as we all know that the derivative of a constant is 0. So, d by dx of 10 becomes 0. Then derivative of x square is 2x by the formula d by dx of x raised to the power n. We are using this formula for the derivative of x square and that is nx n minus 1. So, here n is 2. So, according to the formula that would become 2x plus twice of. Now, here we can see we are having product of two functions x and y. So, we will use the product rule of differentiation. Now, according to the product rule, we would have to select first one as the first function and second as the second function. So the first function is kept as it is and we differentiate with respect to x. So that becomes dy by dx plus the second function is kept as it is and we differentiate the first function. So the first function here is x. So differentiation of x with respect to x by this formula will give you 1 plus differentiation of y square. So by the same formula that would become 2y dy by dx. Here we will have to apply the chain rule and that is equal to 0. In the next step we will multiply this 2 and open the bracket. So that becomes 2x plus twice of x dy by dx plus 2y plus 2y dy by dx is equals to 0. Next, from the second and the fourth term we will take 2 dy by dx as common. So that becomes 2x plus from the second and the fourth term we have taken 2 dy by dx as common. So we are left with x plus y plus 2y is equal to 0. Now from here we will shift this 2x and 2y to the other side. So that would become minus of 2x plus y. I have taken minus 2 as common. Since here we are having plus of 2x and plus of 2y. So when we shift it to the other side that would become minus of 2x plus y. So you can see that on both the sides we are having 2 into x plus y as common. So that will get cancelled and we will have dy by dx is equals to minus 1. Or you can say that we divide the whole equation by 2 into x plus y. Divide the whole equation by 2 into x plus y, we will get minus 1. So dy by dx is minus 1. But they are asking you to find d2y by dx square. So that means you will have to differentiate it again with respect to x. So on differentiating we get d2y by dx square and differentiation of a constant is 0. So this is the value of the second order derivative when the function was x square plus 2xy plus y square is equals to 10. So the next topic of today's session is maxima and minima of functions of one variable. Well, in today's world, every business person are trying to maximize their profits and minimize their expenditure. In this session, we will study how to solve maxima and minima of mathematical functions. For this, we consider a function y equal to f of x and consider a graph for it. Suppose y is equal to f of x be a function of x. Then its graph be something like this. Now every graph has peaks and valleys. Let us mark these points as A, B, C, D, E and F. So these are the points on x-axis. Now in this graph, the point C is the highest point. So C will be called as the absolute maxima of the function y is equal to f of x. Whereas D is the lowest point in the graph and so D will be called as the absolute minima. Now talking about local maxima and local minima. So here the point A is the local maxima for the interval 0 to b and the point F is not the lowest point in the graph, but for the interval e to g, f will be the local maxima of the function. So let us understand this with the help of one example. Let us consider a graph representing gold prices in India over the period of 10 years starting from 2009. We observe that the maximum value in the graph is 35,220 rupees attained in the year 2019. So this value is the absolute maxima for the function and the lowest value in the graph is 14,500. This value is attained in the year 2009. So this value is the absolute minima of the function. So if we talk about local maxima and local minima, however, if we restrict ourselves from 2012 to 2017, the maximum value of the gold prices is 31,050 in the interval 2012 to 2017. So, this is the local maxima of the function. Whereas, if we consider the same interval, the lowest value is 26,343 in the same interval. So, this value will behave as the local minima of the function. So, let us understand this with the help of few examples. So, the first question is, find the local maxima and minima for the function x cube plus x square minus x plus 1 is equals to 0. So, this is function of one variable. So, the solution is, let y is equal to x cube plus x square minus x plus 1. Now, the very first step is to differentiate both sides with respect to x. So, dy by dx is equal to d by dx of x cube plus x square minus x plus 1. So, we will apply the derivative of sum of functions on the right hand side. We will apply this rule. So, that becomes d by dx of the first function plus d by dx of the second function minus d by dx of the third function and d by dx of the fourth function. So, here x cube will become 3x square by the formula d by dx of x raised to the power n is equals to n times x raised to the power n minus 1. So, we will use that formula here. Similarly, derivative of x square will become 2x, derivative of x with respect to x is 1 and derivative of a constant is always 0. So, the final value of dy by dx is 3x square plus 2x minus 1. So, this is the very first step of the solution to find dy by dx. Next, second step is to put dy by dx equal to 0. So, the value of dy by dx is 3x square plus 2x minus 1. So, we have to equate this value to 0. Next, factorize the quadratic equation. You will have to find the values of x from this equation. So, on factorizing we get 3x square plus 3x minus x minus 1 is equal to 0. Taking 3x common from the first and the second term, we will get x plus 1. Similarly, taking minus 1 common from the last two terms, we will get x plus 1 is equals to 0. Now, taking common, so we will get x plus 1 into 3x minus 1. So, these are the two factors and that is equal to 0. From here, we will get the value of x as minus 1 and 1 by 3. So, these two are the extreme points for which we calculate either maxima or minima. Now, there is a condition for maxima and minima. For that, you will have to first find d2y by dx square. So, this is the third step. The first step was to find dy by dx. The second step was to put dy by dx equals to 0. Now, the third step is to find d2y by dx square. So, here again differentiating dy by dx, again differentiating this step with respect to x, we will get d2y by dx square is equal to differentiating 3x square, we will get 6x, differentiating 2x, we will get 2 and differentiation of a constant is 0. So, the final value of d2y by dx square is 6x plus 2. Now, we will put these extreme points one by one in d2y by dx square. So, at x equals to minus 1, this was our first point. So, at x equals to minus 1, the value of d2y by dx square is minus 4. We are concerned with the sign of d2y by dx square. So, if the sign of d2y by dx square is negative, then we get a maxima at that point. So, here at x equals to minus 1, we are getting maxima. So, after getting maxima, we will have to find the maximum value of the function. So, the maximum value of the function, we can denote it by f max is equal to, you will have to substitute that point in the function. So, the function was x cube plus x square minus x plus 1. So, you will have to put the point in that function. So, minus 1 cube, you are replacing x by minus 1 you have for the maximum value of the function. So, that would become minus 1 whole cube plus minus 1 whole square minus of minus 1 plus 1. So, f max is 2. So, the maximum value of this function is 2. So, now the next point was 1 by 3. So, at x equal to 1 by 3, we will discuss whether the point has a maxima or a minima. So, we will put the value of x in d2y by dx square. So here we are getting a positive value. So whenever you get d2y by dx square as a positive value, that indicates that the point has a minima. So x equal to 1 by 3 is a minima. Now the next step, last step, is to calculate the minimum value of the function. So for that we will put the value of x in the equation. So here at x equal to 1 by 3, f minimum will be, you just have to replace x by 1 by 3. So that would become 1 by 3 whole cube plus 1 by 3 whole square minus 1 by 3 plus 1. So on simplifying this, we will get the value as 22 by 7. So from the function x cube plus x square minus x plus 1, we got 2 points. The points were minus 1 and 1 by 3. At x equal to minus 1, we got maxima. Why? Because the sign of d2y by dx square was negative. So please remember, when the sign of d2y by dx square is negative, we get a maxima. And after that, we have to find the maximum value of the function. So maximum value is obtained by substituting the point in the function. Now after that, the second point was x equal to 1 by 3. So substituting x equal to 1 by 3 in the value of d2y by dx square. So we are getting a positive value. We are not concerned with the numeric value, we are just concerned with the sign. So here we are getting a positive sign, that is greater than 0. So in this case, at x equal to 1 by 3, we are getting minima. And lastly, we have to calculate the minimum value of the function. And minimum value of the function is obtained by substituting the value, the point, in the function. So here f minimum is 1 by 3 whole cube plus 1 by 3 whole square minus 1 by 3 plus 1. So on simplifying it, after taking the LCM, the final value will be 22 by 7. So that's all in this video. I hope this session was a fruitful one for you. So thanks for watching. Thank you.